Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole, my pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on what is the traditional territory of the Coast Salish nations. And today I'm going to share with you a garden tour. It is mid-April and I've just started gardening. I actually wasn't planning to garden, but this year, because I was planning to leave for a month this summer to work on art at a small school in the San Juan Islands, but those plans have changed. So I'm going to garden this year, and I had a kind of lackluster year last year. Nothing really grew much, so I really went above and beyond to amend the soil. I added compost, chicken manure, some organic fertilizer, and I've got some worm casting to add as the season goes on to make worm tea with. So I'm hoping that I'll have a really successful year this year. But like I said, I've just started putting a few things in. I've already had some tribulations, but I've also had some fun successes. So I'm going to show you around real quick. All right, y'all know this view going into the garden. Did I just film this and the light was weird? Yes. Okay, so right here I've got some things that you might remember from last year. This is some ground cover that I pulled from this area on the other side of the house that the person who does maintenance for my landlord was clearing out. This was also something from there, but I don't know that it survived. In this pot there were some other flowers, but I've got some borage that volunteered and I moved it over here. And then here I've got, hey Junior, here I've got a strawberry pot that I made, and I put some strawberries in it. We'll see how they do. When the other strawberry plants send out new runners, I can always replace them. This is that old strawberry patch. I've actually cleared out all the runners from there, but I'm pretty sure it will send out fresh ones this year. I hadn't cleaned it in 2 years. Junior loves this. As you can see, it's blossoming quite a bit, which is exciting. Last year, the strawberries were wild. I had so many, I couldn't keep up. They were like the only thing I had. All right, so let's turn back around. Right here, I've got this trellis. And down here, I've got some sugar snap peas that I'm growing from seed. There's one. There's one. I think there's another one over there. One over here. Kind of hard to see. There's some other weedy stuff. But sugar snap peas are my favorite, so I'm excited. Right here I've got the raspberry bush coming back in full force. I feel like it's got a few babies, maybe. Over here from that front area, these are a couple of lavender plants, or lavender-like plants. These are all things that overwintered from last year. So calendula and peppermint, and then a bunch of herbs, parsley, thyme, purple sage, marjoram, peppermint, and more marjoram. I'm going to separate that marjoram up and share it. Right here I've got potatoes. It's my first time doing potatoes. The farm where I get my CSA and I got my tomatoes from gave them to me for free, and I think I've got one of them coming up here, so I'm pretty excited. These wires are just to keep my cats from digging in there. This giant lavender is still here. And then in this bed, again, the wires just to protect the young plants from my cats mostly. I've got here, here, and here collard greens, and then here, here, and here I've got lacinato kale. And then all around and then crisscross between it, I've got onion sets put in. I've got some extra starts. So if any of these guys fail, I already had one fail, I'll replace them, and if not, I will give those away. Okay, and then this bed, you might remember, had tomatoes and cucumbers last year. It's set up for them, but I actually haven't put them out yet because it's a little too cold here. Maybe a couple more days, maybe the end of the month, I should be good to put them out. I do have these hoops, so I could put plastic over them, but the place where that is open, it didn't have any last time I was in there, and then we're getting close to last frost, so I'm just kind of on the fence about it. But I did plant some lettuce and flowers kind of around and under where the tomatoes will be, but I'm pretty sure that the birds ate all the seeds. So I might just try to start those inside. It's like a little advanced for me, but maybe worth it. I have the seeds. And then over here, I again have the wire to keep my cats out. They like to lay in the beds and do other things. I sort of set this up to put carrots and beets in 3 successions. So this is already planted, but I think the birds ate all the seeds. So I think I might try to get some landscape cloth to put over when I do the second and the third planting, and then I'll just do that first section last if nothing comes up, if that makes sense. So as you can see, not everything's in yet. Over here, this is more stuff from that front area that was in last year's tours. I've got some lavender or lavender-like plants. I can't totally remember. Some of them had white flowers. This is yarrow and some weeds. This is oregano, I believe, and this is lots of weeds down there, but it's sage coming back pretty nicely. All right, so yeah. Oh, and then I think this is oregano. I'm not totally sure. Back to the strawberries. So yeah, that is everything. And I will be back with another update.